Good afternoon and welcome to your lunch primetime news. You're with me, Jitendra Gunasena. Let's now take a look at the headlines.
Sri Lanka Army to coordinate the removal of garbage from flood-affected areas. Over 12,000 persons affected by floods and landslides continue to remain in relief shelters. Nuwan Kulasekara announces retirement from Test cricket.
Now on to local news. A 3-year-old child has been abandoned at the Kuliapitiya bus stand. The child was taken under police care last night following a tip-off. The mother is yet to be located and the child be produced before the Narammala courts. Now in more local news, education activities of the temporarily shut down University of Kelaniya resumed today. On the 26th of April, the university was closed following an allergy that spread among the students. Several students were hospitalized and have since been discharged from hospital. Vice-Chancellor of the university, Sunanda Maddama said that all water resources, or rather sources, in the premises have been cleaned. He added that the dorm rooms are also being repaired. In more local news, a collision between a bus and a motorbike on the Goa-Colombo main road claimed the life of a motorcyclist.
The accident took place when the private bus plying from Colombo to Mathura attempted to take over the motorbike. The victim was a 41-year-old father of one from the Varalan area in Hikadua. The driver of the private bus has been arrested and will be produced before the court today. A lorry travelling from Ratnapura to Horana on the Ratnapura-Panadura main road veered off the road and crashed onto a building at around 3 this morning. The crimes OIC of the Bandaragama police, who was travelling on his motorbike to Ratnapura from Horana, was also injured from the incident when his bike collided with the lorry. The police officer who was injured from the accident was admitted to the Horana base hospital. The Horana police arrested the driver of the lorry in regard with the incident.
Still in local news, Major General Sudhanta Ranasinghe, Commander Security Forces West, says that the Sri Lanka Army will coordinate the removal of garbage waste from flood-affected areas.
Major General Sudhanta Ranasinghe said this measure was taken after a request was made by the government during the meeting held with Minister S.P. Disanayake. He noted that the process of removing garbage waste from Colombo and other flood-affected areas will be streamlined with the assistance of the Sri Lanka Army. The Ministry of Provincial Councils and local government organised a garbage removal programme in Kotikavatta this morning, which was supported by the Sri Lanka Army, Sri Lanka Police and the Civil Security Department. Minister Faisal Mustafa was also present.
As per the directives of the President, we submitted a cabinet paper requesting for 18 million rupees to complete this initiative. The cabinet approved it. The TB Languratna grounds will be used as an operation base. Today, over 100 vehicles are engaged in this. We believe that within 2 to 3 days, we will be able to complete this task. We thank the media and the state organizations for assisting us in this. Over 300 from the civil security forces are engaging in this. Also, the local government bodies in the country have provided vehicles for this task. Today, the army also joined this program. So I think we obtained assistance from everyone to get rid of this issue.
An individual from Pallugaswava was mauled to death by a wild pachyderma on the Haparana Gaokalavala road. 2 motorbikes have travelled from Gaokalavala to Pallugaswava last morning. The road is also bordered to the forest reserve in Thumbikulam, which is an area frequently visited by wild elephants. A wild elephant from the reserve has rushed onto the road and attacked a motorbike driven by a woman. The rider of the other motorbike has attempted to drive away the elephant. However, the elephant instead had turned its attention to him and chased behind him. The victim was a 52-year-old father of 2 from Demunnever. The woman who was injured was rushed to the Haparana Regional Hospital and was later transferred to the Dambulla Base Hospital. Wild officers are in search of the wild elephant. Meanwhile, a discussion on the wild elephant crisis in Puttalam was held at the Puttalam Divisional Secretariat today. The discussions took place under the auspices of Palitharanga Bandara, the State Minister of Skills Development and Vocational Training. Gramaniladari officers and many government officials, including the district secretary, participated in the discussions, while a decision was made to chase away elephants and to clear in shrubs where elephants live. Now, the till of offerings at the Sri Sunandarama temple in Thalanavehera, Pannala has been looted. The incident was recorded on the CCTV cameras set up at the premises. The perpetrator is yet to be arrested, and the Pannala police has launched investigations in this regard. The press conference ahead of the 5th edition of the French Spring Festival, titled French Rendezvous in Sri Lanka, was held in Colombo.
Sri Lanka.
The French Spring Festival is a major multidisciplinary festival celebrating arts and culture, organized by the Embassy of France, the Alliance Française de Côte in Colombo, and the Alliance Française Network in Sri Lanka and the Maldives.
Cinema and literature together. Cinema, the usually called seventh art, born in France, illustrates maybe the first rank of French Sinhala cultural relations. The French Film Festival 2016 will conclude this rich month of multidisciplinary events with very recent features on a specific theme to explore the ties between literature and cinema.
The festival will be held in Colombo, Kandy, Galle, Mathura, Jaffna and Male in Maldives from the 3rd of June until the 14th of July.
On to more local news. State Minister of Finance Lakshman Yapabe Vardhana presided over the District Development Committee meeting, which was held at the Mathura District Secretariat.
The discussion centered around the rural development through the Jana Sabha officers. We are listing out the fundamental aspects that need to be fulfilled in the divisional secretariats at the divisional coordinating committee meeting of the district. The main factors will be taken up for discussion during the meeting. We have spoken about the problem regarding the land which is allocated for that Kirula. We have also allocated money for that purpose. We have permitted the commencement of the road system. We have concluded the work on the area that belongs to the Ministry of Sports. We have also taken steps in allocating money for development activities.
In more sports news, the Asian and Oceanian Optimist Championship, which is sponsored by Sports First, continued today in Trincomalee. Newsfirst, Charlene Benedict reports.
Today is day 3 of the competitions that are being held here off the coast of Uppaveli in Trincomalee. Now behind me you can see the sailors have all set up their dinghies, the sails are all set up. Today, first off, Sri Lanka will be taking on Singapore, the leaders of the pack to date of the provisional results that have been announced in the first match of the group stages that are being held here today. Now with me I've got a gentleman who plays a pivotal role here at the organising committee of the IODA Asian and Oceanian Optimist Championships. Can you elaborate on the Sri Lanka's Navy's role that the Sri Lanka Navy is playing here at the championships of sailing?
First of all, we consider safety is the most important thing. Therefore, we have 12 rubber craft with suitable and capable nearly 50 sailors. In the meantime, we have provided more than nearly 15 boats for rescue.
Right, sir. So Sports First are the official media sponsors for this event. Our endeavour is to try to bring this sport from a national level to the international level. What do you have to say regarding that?
Actually, we have to thanks first of all for Newsfirst arranging this type of a good opportunity for our all nations.
Now signing off for the Newsfirst team, I'm Charlene Benedict. Stay tuned as we bring you more details.
Now moving back to one of our local stories, a headline-making story. The Disaster Management Centre, or the DMC, says over 12,000 persons who were affected by floods and landslides continue to remain at relief shelters.
The Disaster Management Centre notes that as intermittent rains continue to be experienced, the water levels of the rivers have not receded. The Department of Meteorology forecasts showers or thunder showers in the western, northwestern, southern, central and Sabargamulla provinces. Fairly heavy falls, about 75 millimeters, are likely at some places. Strong winds at times can be expected over the country and surrounding sea areas. Meanwhile, the National Building Research Organisation says that the landslide warning issued for 5 districts is still in effect.
And well, that's all the news we have for you this hour. Join us again at 1:55 for more of your very latest. And join us again. I'm Jitendra Gunasena for the Newsfirst team.